Blue channel 2. Blue channel 2. Blue channel 2.
Add a Hey, and welcome to another edition of Hot Topics. I'm your host, Greg Sullivan, and we have a real treat for you today. As you can probably tell by now, that's not Gerald Gray right there. That's Nick Valestro, which I was just corrected on earlier. I thought it was Valestro. It's not. It's Valestro. They're very picky about their names.
Those crazy Italians, am I right?
They are.
Yeah.
They love their names being right, but don't we all? We got a great show for everybody here today. Meet me over in camera 3, and we're going to talk about what's going on with this show. We've got a few special guests. You may be familiar with them because they are the best special guests that Hot Topics ever has had and ever will have. I'm going to introduce you to them in a little bit. I'm going to keep the suspense rolling, but I'm going to jump right in right here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our new guest host, Nick. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's been here for a little bit. Nick, what we do here is I read off some of these topics. We get down to business. We talk to our guests, and we have a really nice time. So, Our first topic that I'm going to throw at you is topic number 1. When is it okay to get up and leave? Nick Valestro, when is it okay to get up and leave?
In what context? I'm very, just in general?
Yes.
When is it okay to get up and leave? I think whenever you're finished with a situation, whether it's a conversation or at work, and you just decide you have to
Well, would
leave.
you consider yourself a man that's easily offended?
Easily offended? No.
Would you get up and leave a situation because you felt that you were offended verbally or physically?
Definitely physically if I was offended.
How
verbally, maybe.
What would it take for me to make you leave this show right now? What would I have to do?
You'd probably have to bully me about my past if you knew that, but you don't.
All right, and we were talking a little bit about this off air, and he said definitely don't talk about this on the air, so I'm going to bring it up. When was the first time, you're a young man, and you have to be privy to music, right? You've heard of music
Yes,
and dancing, right?
I've heard of music and
How
dancing.
old were you when you first grinded?
When I first grinded, that's a good question. I would probably say it was sometime in, I would say middle school. At a dance. At the specific age, I don't remember, but I would have to say middle school.
Well, now that every one of our viewers is thoroughly disgusted, let's bring in our first guest on the phone right now. You know her. You love her. We've got Ashley Chavez on the phone. She's been waiting on hold because she's over there making candles, knitting a basket. Ashley Chavez, are you there on the phone? How you doing, Ash?
I'm here on the phone. You know, I'm busy with baskets and candles, and I need this to hurry along. You know what I mean?
All right, we'll make it quick since we're jamming you up with your
Greg
busy
has that
schedule.
effect on people.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you can't stick around and give us 5 minutes. You've already moved across the country. It's what time is it there? It's only what? I don't know. It's like 11 in the morning. What could you possibly be doing? Yeah. Anyway, since we don't have time for any small talk because you're better than us, let's just jump right into it. A segment that our viewers loved. We got a lot of positive feedback, a lot of people asking us if we could do this segment again. Let's jump into it. This is a segment that we custom tailored just for you. It's called Girls Gone Wildlife.
One of my favorites.
Meet me over here at camera 3 and I'll tell you how it works. Basically, Girls Gone Wildlife, we give you 3 animals to choose from. You have to choose to live with one of them, have lunch with one of them, and the other one gets tossed out the window. All right, Ashley, you're familiar with the rules. You've played it once, and I believe you chose to live with a donkey. If my memory is correct, you chose to live with a donkey, eat a snake's and throw a weasel out the window. Well, I hope you've got your thinking cap on today because we've got a few new animals and maybe even an old favorite. First animal is a mooses. They have big antlers and they're like a giant deer. A moose.
A mooses?
A moose.
Okay. All right.
Your next animal is an aardvark. And making a triumphant return from being thrown out the window by our West Coast journeywoman, the weasel. Ashley Chavez, go ahead.
What was the first thing again? Live with,
lunch
and then throw out the
with,
window?
and throw out the window.
What kind of window are we talking again? Like, is it a first-story house?
It will
is it a moving vehicle?
surely die, unless it's got the wherewithal of a weasel who's made it back into round 2.
See, I made the right choice. I picked the animal that will survive, so it can come back.
I don't know how many window chuckings it can survive.
And I was on the first
now
floor.
because I threw it out the window, I'm going to live with it.
Okay, you're going to live with it now.
Right.
She chooses to live with the weasel.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
I'll live with the weasel only because of how I mistreated it last time. You know, baby come back kind of situation.
Baby come back. She plays
yeah.
hard to get with the weasels.
Hey,
resiliency. It is hard to get with the weasels, but I've championed the weasels now at this point.
Okay.
So I'm going to have lunch with the moosins and then throw away the aardvark.
She throws away the aardvark.
So that's your final answer.
That's a sad state of affairs for all the aardvarks out there. That's great. I'm glad the weasel's getting a second shot. Weasels usually don't get a second chance at fate. Nick, would you have...
Can I explain why I'm throwing out the aardvark?
Yes, explain why you're
there's
throwing
a
out
reason.
the aardvark. Go ahead.
Because they have those hard shells, right? They roll up. Or that's an armadillo.
That's an armadillo.
Damn
She's
it.
thrown out the animal solely based on it sounding like another disgusting animal that kind of
Don't
looks like
aardvarks
it.
have hard shells too?
You don't know anything about aardvarks.
I think they
Do
might.
you?
I
think
do.
aardvarks
They
have
look.
hard
They
shells.
have long,
I think
pointy
they do.
noses.
That's
And
an anteater.
yes, but they're a type of anteater, I think. Get off your phone during the show.
No, I'm
He's
confirming
Googling.
what an
I'm
aardvark
hoping
looks like.
that
It does not have a hard shell. All right, so aardvarks don't have hard
that
shells.
whatever I throw out the window has some kind of bounce back potential so that it can later on live with me.
I admire
Okay,
that, though. I
That's
admire
great.
that,
Now,
though.
getting off the topic of shelled creatures, we're going to jump in. Ashley, while you're still here, we're going to keep you on the phone for a little bit of help with our next hot topic, and that is when the wind hits your face and makes you feel pretty.
What?
Yeah, Nick, welcome to the show. There is zero context, always.
There's a lot of context. Ashley, share with our viewers
Zero.
and some of your fans a moment where the wind hit your face and made you feel pretty.
I'm not a big wind fan. You know, like usually.
But surely you've dealt with the atmosphere outside in the land.
My makeup, my lip gloss, things like that.
But surely you've had to
it's
breathe
kind of been
outside.
ugly. I have been outside before, a few times, so I can just name a time where I've been outside. Is that acceptable?
I guess a time that made you feel pretty when the breeze hit your face. Would it kind of be what we're looking
maybe
for?
one time at the beach.
Great
I
story.
go to the beach every day. I live here now, so my life is tough.
Well,
I'm going to say the last time I went to the beach.
thanks so much for
Oh my
joining
God,
us,
who
Ashley.
the hell cares?
No comments, no nothing. It's just like, get off the phone now? That's
No, I'm thinking about a time. I'm thinking about when the wind hit my face.
Oof.
Oh,
You all right, man?
no, I'm crumbling right now.
All right, we're gonna
I'm thinking
change
about a
subjects.
time when the wind hit
Give him
my
a
face and
pill.
made me heal.
This-
Cut it out, man. Cut it out. I'm thinking about a time when one of my best friends moved far, far away and made me feel like garbage.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the phone. Ashley Chavez for joining us for Girls Going Wildlife. We hope to have you back. Ben, cut her mic. Cut her mic right now.
Get
Drop
outta
the phone
here.
call. She's gone. But thank you very much for joining us.
Great guest. Great
Topic
guest.
number 3.
There's
You
only
know
third
we're up to our third one right now.
Oh,
we got a
man.
special one right here.
Oh, boy.
Because it's somebody's or some things four-legged birthday. Our wonderful, one of the producers, a jack of all trades in our studio here, Jamie. It's her dog's birthday today.
Happy
it's
birthday to
Jamie's dog's
Mia.
birthday. What's that dog's name?
Mia, a big mush ball apparently.
Do we have a full screen of that dog? Can we throw a full screen of that woofer up there? Wow, that's
look at it.
beautiful. Well, happy birthday to Jamie's dog.
A big round of applause.
Thank you for that, Nick. You will not be invited back on the show. That is a beautiful dog, and it is 6 years old, so in dog years, that is 42.
42?
42, because
42
7
can't
times
do
7 is 49. 7 times 6 is 42. They don't teach math in college anymore.
Nope.
Anyway, Jamie, do we have that full screen? We were looking at your dog before and realized it had monkey feet. Do we have a full screen zoom in of your dog's monkey feet? No? Well, everyone can assume.
Someone's getting fired. There it
Aw,
is. There
there's
it
Jamie's
is.
dog. And we were wondering, does your dog have better traction because of its monkey feet? Nick, why don't you go ahead and just answer for Jamie? What would Jamie say?
I feel like Jamie would be like, that's totally rude for you to say that. You actually do it so the fur doesn't get dirty when she walks. So thanks.
I close my eyes and Jamie is next to me. But anyway, happy birthday to your wonderful pupper. And that's just, it's a great,
Shout
great.
out.
Thank you for that.
Don't drink too much tonight, man.
Yeah, don't drink too much, dog with monkey paws. Happy birthday, too. We've got one of the most beloved Hot Topics guests next, and he's joining us via the G Machine, which means he's tuning in from pretty much another galaxy.
Oh,
Ladies and
look
gentlemen,
at that.
Alan M. Moy, baby boy Moy, he's here with us right now. How you doing, Al?
Look at that stud muffin.
Hey guys, how's it going? First of all, happy birthday to Jamie's dog, Mia. I love dogs. That's such a cute photo of her. So happy birthday, Mia.
Alan, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that a piece of spaghetti hanging from your ear?
I wish. I love spaghetti. A lot of people who know me knows I love Italian food. So worried I'll get in trouble.
Breaking news. Alan wishes he has spaghetti hanging from his ear. You learn something
I
new
love
every
spaghetti.
day.
And
Well,
thanks-
guess what, Alan? Spaghetti probably loves you more.
Yes.
This is we're so pleased to have you. Usually it's just on the phone, and for our treat, it's a double digits treat for our viewers out there, because right next to you on your side there's another Alan Moy of Alan Moy's past. Yes. Cheers to that. Alan, we have an issue right here that is topic number 4 that I want your help with, because you're a man of good advice. And topic number 4, let's bring it in. Topic number 4 is building Nick's confidence.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sometimes Nick gets worried that he's not going to do a good job hosting, or he's
It's my only time hosting.
he's going to mess up the entire show with just hopping in with stupid ideas and bad segment ideas. And you oftentimes look up words of wisdom on the internet and claim them as your own, Alan. Why don't you share some words of wisdom with Nick to boost his confidence and make him feel a little bit better about himself?
Well, first of all, Nick, you do a great job at what you do.
Well,
Keep
thanks,
up the
bud.
good work.
Thanks,
Okay.
man. Appreciate
Second
that.
of all, you're a very young, bright guy. So when you make a mistake, move on from it. And here's a quote that I got from P.F. Jones. It's called, "Experience is that marvelous thing, okay, that enables you to
Yeah.
recognize a mistake that you already made it.
Yeah.
So when you do something the next time,
Okay.
just know what you did the previous time and don't do it again."
Yeah. You know what? You're right, Alan. You're right. Let's have a great
Don't
show.
scream in the
I'm
studio.
sorry. Just so worked up right
Well,
now.
I have another quote for you.
Correct me if
really
I'm wrong, Alan, but did you get that quote from P.F. Chang's?
That's what it sounded like.
No.
You said PF
No, I
something.
didn't.
You said PF
F.
something.
Jones.
Oh, PF
F.P. Jones, actually. F.P. Jones.
Not the orange chicken guy.
No, no.
Okay.
But
What else you got
Nick,
for
I
us,
do
Al?
have Nick, I do have another quote for you. Is a very great quote that I used back when I was in high school for my yearbook. It's by the legendary Confucius. In life, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So in life, we're never going to be perfect. we're gonna fall, we're gonna get back up your horse, and then just continue and move on.
Did Confucius really say all this stuff about the...
I'm gonna ride a horse now and get back on.
Did he really say all this stuff about like getting up on the horse and then like riding the horse? Did you improvise and step on Confucius's quotes?
Well, no, getting up on the horse is something that I improvised. But he did say, in life, okay, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
And then you added the horse, getting up on a horse.
That is true. You fall off your horse,
so it's not a
you get back
Confucius
up.
quote. It's not a Confucius quote. That's an Alan Moy quote. Okay. So
Well,
I mean, that works.
listen, guys. I used to work at a racetrack, and when you're a jockey, you're learning how to ride a horse. You're gonna fall. When you fall, you're not gonna stay down and be like, I'm gonna give up. You get back up. You continue riding until you perfect it, and then who knows? You get to ride in the Kentucky Derby, or you could ride in the Belmont Stakes or the Preakness.
You sure got a lot of horse points, Alan.
I didn't know about this love for horses, Al.
Why do you sure relate a lot of your wisdom to ponies, huh?
I mean, a horse is a strong animal, and he's a smart animal, and they're fast. So.
Are you saying he? Are all horses he's?
No.
No? Okay.
Alan, if you were to ride a stallion, where would you ride that stallion?
Good question. I don't know. You have to get back to me on that one in the next show.
Alan, who is your favorite My Little Pony?
I actually don't have one.
You don't have one for your love of horses.
All right, Alan, since you've stolen some Confucius quotes and hit us with a few bangers from P.F. Chang's, let's go into topic number 5. Topic number 5 is probably one of my favorite topics. It goes a little bit like this. Sometimes I wonder, and that's the entire topic. Sometimes I wonder. Alan, sometimes you wonder?
Sometimes I wonder what my life would be had I listened to my parents back in the day and chose the wrong career. Not to say that I'm a disobedient kid, not to say that my parents were wrong, but they wanted me to be a pharmacist because that was my high school job. I was a cashier at a pharmacy right across the street from my house, and they weren't really thrilled about me being in television. So when I told them I wanted to be in TV or in the media, of course, we got into some arguments, and I'm not one who gets mad all the time or one who likes to get into fights, but during that time, it's like, I'm growing up. It's my life. I want to be on TV, and if I try it and it works out, great. If it doesn't, then maybe I'll pursue something else. But so far, it's worked out, and I couldn't be more happier.
And everyone's proud of you for that. Now, not only a pharmacist, but correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that you had a strong desire to be a person in law enforcement, whether it be putting out fires or a man behind the badge. I think we have a photo of that. Can we go to a full screen of our Alan Moy? There he is. There he is, right there. It's hard to tell the difference in the 18 years that have passed. Officer Moy, the denim destroyer.
There you see, back in 1999, I was a 12-year-old boy. That was like my last time.
Cut that siren off. I'm worried he's going to put me in cuffs.
No, I wouldn't. That was the time where I was a police officer, and I had not dressed up for Halloween until 2016. If you guys could bring up a photo of that.
Now are you telling the people who are going to call up
Alan
the photos because you're on fire?
Show.
Cut that siren out.
I was 12 years old when I was a police officer, and then the year after, I wanted to be a firefighter at age 13. But my family, as strict as they are, said to me, "Why are you dressing up for Halloween? You're getting too old now. No more." So for a 17-year period, from 1999 up until 2016, I did not dress up until last year when I said, you know what? I'm grown up. A lot of people my age dress up. They just don't trick or treat, but they still dress up. So why can't I? And I've been desiring to, dress up as a firefighter for many years. And last year was the year. And the good thing about Halloween is that for one night, one day, I get to be something that I'm not. Something
Alan,
that I get to see
if it
TV,
means
like
anything,
a police officer, firefighter. So Halloween is a pretty cool holiday.
Well, Alan, if it means anything coming from me, I think that you're on fire 24/7, and we love
support our
having
men
you
in
here.
blue.
We support our Alan's in whatever he wants to wear. Alan, thank you so much for joining us. We always love to have you on Hot Topics. We cannot wait until the next time. And you keep up the good work. You look great out there. And when you're done with this show, you got a strand of linguine on your little earring to eat. So thank you so much, Alan Moy.
Thanks
No
so
problem.
much,
Thank you guys for having me.
It was great to have you. That was a really nice time having
what?
Alan Moy on the show. I'm also glad that you were able to step in right now. Our thoughts are with Gerald. There's nothing wrong with him. He just isn't working today.
We miss you, man.
Are there any final thoughts?
He's all the way up there.
He's
in
all the way
Poughkeepsie.
up there.
In Poughkeepsie.
Upstate in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, Nick. Did you enjoy the show? Is there anything next time that you'd like to improve? Now's your chance to lie and say no.
You know what? I think for the amount of time that you put in for this show, it's about as poor as it could be. So, I think you're doing an okay job with it. I really do.
Well, thank you so much, Nick Valestro. Thank you so much to Alan Moy, and thank you so much to our wonderful host from the West Coast, Ashley Chavez. It was great to have all you guys. Until next time, this has been Hot Topics.
Red, channel 2, red, channel 2, red, channel 2, red, channel 2, red, channel 1.